You sitting on the couch, Ashy, you're watching TV and your life is passing you by. Keep procrastinating over and over. Well, maybe I'll get my skin together next year or maybe next semester. No! Do it right now! It'll work with you after work or you can use it before work. You can do whatever you need to do to use it. Go talk to somebody right now. They have to help you. You spend all day on the phone anyhow. Why don't you go to the website that's going to help you in your future? All you got to do is pick up the phone and go to www.ashkickin.com. Why are you making it complicated? It's easy.
Shop Ash Kickin' online at www.ashkickin.com.
Do you feel stressed out about your hair problems? Break free. Welcome to upcare.com, where your hair's beauty and health always come first. Looking to add a little volume? Our hair extensions, made from the highest quality materials, give you a stunning new look without adversely affecting your natural hair. Come join us at upcare.com and let's make hair magic together. Your journey to stunning healthy hair starts here.
45 back to 23 men's bedroom energy. It really works. Believe me, this will be the best money you've ever spent. All natural, ancient formula for improved bedroom performance. Thank me later. Stop searching for solutions. This is it. It really works. All natural herbs and plants. Increase your potency and bedroom experience. Light the fire. Increase the desire. Life-changing. Relationship saver.
From the culture of the American South, where roots hold stories, comes a natural deodorant inspired by generations of wisdom. Introducing Root Work, the all-natural foundational Black American-based deodorant infused with the magic of High John the Conqueror root. Our unique blend, enriched with this legendary root, offers 24-hour protection, rooted in the power of nature. Embrace this deodorant that celebrates culture, history, and your well-being. Unlock the magic of root work today. Experience the pure essence of nature. Visit rootworkstyle.com and make the switch to a healthier cultural choice.
Pow, there it is. What is going on, family? I'm in here. What's up? We're here. We are here. Everybody come on in the room. Excuse me. Y'all got to bear with me a little bit. The throat is still sore. A little bit under the weather. Not too much, but I'm good. I'm good. If my voice goes out, y'all just bear with me. I was completely hoarse yesterday. Yesterday, I couldn't talk at all. So now I'm talking a little bit better. But yesterday, I was out the game. I couldn't even speak. So my throat is still a little janky right now. But I'm in here. We're here. We're chopping it up like family. Glad to have everybody in here. Let everybody know that we're live right now. It in? Let everybody know that we're live right now, ladies and gentlemen. Let everybody know that we're in the building. Oh yeah, I got the fresh Kango. You know, since I'm trying to bundle up. I'm trying to stay warm so that cold air don't get my throat janked up. So, and I'm trying to bundle up a little bit. No, I got on some other sweats. I don't have the matching Adidas pants. But we're in here. Everybody, let me have you retweet the link to let everybody know that we're live right now. And I need you to hit that like button. Everybody hit that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, everybody likes the new decor, the new room look. Oh yes, switching it up, brand new vibe. We're making it pop off. Yes, get those likes up. Let's get this room popping. Retweet this, repost this on your Instagram story. Repost this on your Facebook. Shout out to the mods. Miss Kawami is Wartox in here. Michael Wharton should be in here. Miss Nikki the God should be in here somewhere. Patricia Jenkins is in the building. Quadia McMillan is in the building. So we're in here heavy. All right. Excuse me. So let me get right to the nitty gritty. Let's get to the main topic, because we're going to touch on a few things tonight. Now there's no snow out here from what I know. It's raining out here, but there's no snow. Yeah, there is no snow. But listen, man, listen. Right now, what I want to talk about, ratchet reinforcement rhetoric. Family, as we know, black boys have been the main target, black males and black boys, in a system of white supremacy. The black family has to be attacked, particularly the black male, black adult males, and they start with black boys. They got to get them young and target them with propaganda. This is why we see a lot of degenerate propaganda directed towards black boys, a lot of drug use being directed towards black boys. Hey, your favorite rapper is a drug user. Why don't you be one? It's cool and fly to be strung out or high on Percocets or whatever. That's the thing to do. So that propaganda is very heavy towards black boys. Also, more propaganda towards black boys. Hey, man, why don't you explore your feminine side? The buck breaking. You know? They show all of these images and normalize buck breaking behavior, so that further degenerates the minds of black boys. They do a number on black boys. You dig? Constant propaganda directed towards black boys. You are less than, you're a threat, you gotta, be emotionally masculine, you see? Well, emotionally feminine, because a lot of guys, a lot of anger emotions, they try to make it seem like that's masculinity, but that's really femininity. So they promote that emotional mindset with black males. From the legacy media, from the white supremacist media, they promote a lot of propaganda where black boys should be emotional. You should be led by a matriarchal culture. You shouldn't be a leader. You're best to be a follower because you don't know what you're doing, black boy. A lot of propaganda, family. A lot of propaganda towards black males. And that propaganda is pretty much set in stone. You understand? And other ways boys are being targeted, you know, with law enforcement, boys are targeted in the school systems with racialized testing, behavioral drugs that are given to black boys. So black boys are constantly being targeted by the system. So now the dominant society is like, okay, we got the black boys where we need them, and the black males who try to elevate the black boys, we're going to attack them like the Tariq Nasheeds of the world. When we try to elevate the black boys and protect the black boys, you know, they send their ops and minions out to demonize us. They send them out to spew propaganda against us. You understand? So now in the minds of the dominant society, now that we have the black boys neutralized to a certain degree, let's work on these black girls. It's time to work on the black girls now. Let me turn my heat back up, guys. I'm turning my heat on and off because when it gets too cold, I get stopped up. So I got to keep it real hot in here. But listen, so your root work was delivered today. Shout out to You and the mailman. Shout out to everybody who got their root work deodorant. Shout out to everybody who got their root work deodorant. But listen, so now the propaganda is being levied at the black girls. So now you're telling black girls that, hey, being ratchet is okay. It's okay to be a ratchet, degenerate, stank slut. You understand? And they flooded the zone recently with a bunch of ratchet female rappers. All right? The zone has been flooded with ratchet female rappers, just inundated with that. Now, here's the thing. That's starting to level off some. My good brother Joe Budden was talking about that. He was like, the age of the female rapper wave is, it looked like it's coming to an end, and it's very true. A lot of the ratchet female rapper thing, when you inundate a market with it, it loses its value, then it levels off. Now people are kind of, how many chicks can you throw out here and put a trap beat under or a drill beat under, and she gets out here with a strong little face twerking? There's only so much of that you can do, and a lot of these female rappers now, the record sales ain't going where they want them to go. A lot of these record sales for a lot of these ratchet female rappers, it ain't up there like it used to be no more. It's leveling off now. It ain't? That's why people are talking about Cardi B. She's taking a minute to put a new project out because, the market. You understand the market. You come out in the market now, it's inundated with a bunch of Cardi B's and twerking female rappers. So the novelty of that is, it's a boring genre now. The novelty is gone. Yeah, the face has to be a little strong. Then they get some work done or whatever. It all starts the same. This is the formula. You get some little ratchet hood rat with janky teeth and a strong little face somewhere who can kind of rhyme on a beat a little bit. You go get the teeth done. Have her do a viral video. They promote it. Go send her down there to Dr. Montoya. Go get them a little BBL or something, get a boob job. Then get them a nice good scrubbing. You scrub them down real good. After about 3 or 4 months after these women get signed, they kind of get them dead skin cells off. The record label at least takes them somewhere to get exfoliated, so they get all of that hood dust off of them. So they're not as dusty as they were when they came out. Remember, Glorilla was mad dusty when she came out. They were twerking on like Nissan Altimas and shit. It was a real ratchet, dusty thing. That F nigga free. They're out here twerking. They're twerking on Camrys. So yeah, the little teeth are janky. So they sign them, get a little money in them. Get a little work done on them, give them a nice little scrubbing, get some brothers to do some drill beats, get some writers, get some guys to write their rhymes. Yeah, you got a bunch of these OnlyFans chicks out here. Some of these folks I don't even know, and they be out here doing stuff on the internet. But listen. So that formula of getting these women rapping about their cooch and how many dudes they done banged, it's like whatever. We've heard it, we've seen it, we've heard it. We've heard it and seen it all. So now the market is flooded. And then you got the pinnacle of it, which is the sexy reds. So that's the main one they're putting the money behind right now. And she's gonna ride that wave, and they have her being as degenerate and as ratchet as possible. Because they wanna flood the minds of young girls with that image. There's a reason why they are putting these women out like the sexy reds, women coming out doing interviews talking about all of the chlamydia and all of the diseases they done had, and they done been burned, and they got pregnant by this nigga and that nigga. And they booty hole is there. All of this stuff and they're putting big money behind it, that's directed towards black girls. That's letting black girls know, listen, you don't have to attain for higher goals. All you have to do is be a lazy ratchet, lay on your back for a couple of tracks, rap about smoking weed and banging dudes, and you can have a career out of that. Those are new career goals. That's by design. They're working on the minds of young black girls, teaching them how to be, hey, why don't you be a stank-ho? Now, let me tell you something. I'm not hoe-hating. Let's be very clear. We've always had hoeing going on within our society. We've always had it. Within the dominant society, there's always been certain levels of hoeing. All right? We've had a lot of hoeing going on. But listen, there was even decorum with the hoeing. Everything you do, there's supposed to be some decorum with it. The hoeing was supposed to be over there on the red light district. That was something that it was a necessary thing in order to survive, but you kept that on that part of town. You understand? One thing you didn't do with the hoeing or any of the street business, you didn't promote that to kids. You kept that away from the kids as much as you could. There were a lot of iconic people within our culture who was around the hoeing. Maya Angelou was around some hoeing. I think Della Reese was around some hoeing. You know? But they kept it over there. Richard Pryor grew up in a hoe house. His mama was hoeing. James Brown grew up in a hoe house. His aunt was running a brothel. So a lot of our iconic folks, and that's something that they didn't promote. That was something that they came from, and they had to say, okay, this was something we needed to do to survive, but we kept that on the other side of town, and then we got out of that and started to promote something constructive to the children. James Brown came out of that, but he was, I'm black and I'm proud. He was all about, promoting empowerment to the community. You think? Not hoe-hey. Yeah, wasn't Billie Holiday touching the hoeing a little bit? You understand? We've had that red light district in society. It has its place. It has its place. Let's be very clear. It has its place, but the place is over there. You don't promote that to the children. That's something that you don't mainstream as a part of the culture. You don't mainstream that. Yeah? So what they do, they promote the Jezebel image, which is the image that they've always had of black women. The white supremacists would always promote this thing where black women were just naturally immorally loose. So if you were to sexually violate them, is it really a violation? Is it really a violation? I mean, did she wanted it? It goes back to the Sarah Bartman thing. You dig? And also that would justify them taking sexual advantage of sisters on plantations and during Jim Crow. You dig? But now that they're mainstreaming this thing, they're really trying to reinforce this ratchet rhetoric on sisters. They're really trying to do a number on sisters. And we gotta be very careful with what the sisters are watching. This is why in my films, I go out of my way to have very constructive and positive sisters in it. I've had the Dr. Welsings, Dr. Carol Anderson, Dr. Joy DeGruy, and so many others, Dr. Pat, so many other Shahrazad Ali, so many phenomenal black women that I wanted other black women to see, black girls to see. You have to see a balance. And recently, Camala Harris, she's back out here campaigning, and she gets black every 4 years. Every 4 years, she's black. And then right after she gets elected, she's East Indian again. So Camala Harris had another house party. Let me play this footage. Camala Harris had a house party, and she was playing some Sexy Red. All right, let me play some of this stuff here. All right, this is Camala Harris And they were bumping some Sexy Red. Hold on, let me play the first part.
I'm so proud of you all. Our nation needs you.
It's kind of low. It's kind of low.
And I look forward to your continuing leadership. Welcome to the house party at VP.
All right, so she's like, welcome to the house party, and this is what they're doing. All right.
Yeah, I'm at the VP house. They playing Sexy Red.
Okay, these foreheads, where are these girls from? These foreheads are kind of pronounced. All right. Yeah, the foreheads look a little pronounced. I wonder where they're from. So they're up at the VP's house, dancing to Sexy Damn Red. Okay? Is that the image of empowerment that they want to promote? Huh? This is the so-called black female vice president got a bunch of young women at her house, or young girls, bumping some damn Sexy Red. And just be very clear, Camala Harris is not a foundation of black American culture. I want y'all to understand, Camala Harris would never invite a bunch of Asians or East Indians to the White House and play derogatory images or music about Indian culture. She wouldn't do that. She wouldn't do that at all. She would not have that at her crib. That would not happen. That's a no-no. But she got them black girls in there, and that's what they do. They lowbrow pander to the black community. They want to keep us lowbrow. Everything with the Democrats is take your booty to the polls, twerk your way to the polls. And if they can keep us lowbrow, we won't think in terms of sophisticated tangibles. We won't think in terms of, hey, we need to get some out of you guys. We need to get some tangibles. Forget about this twerking. What about a crime bill that protects us? See, we're not going to ask questions if we're high and twerking. See, that's where they want us. They don't want us being politically sophisticated. They want you high and twerking, and that's the image that they promote. Notice, openly, the white mainstream media, they're never critical of Sexy Red. They never say how degenerate that stuff is. Now, black society, we've been very critical of that Sexy Red, Sukihana nonsense, of that performative ratchetness. Now, let me tell you something. The black women who are not ratchet, the black women who carry themselves a certain way, the black women who are about empowerment, or the black women who try to have somewhat of a positive image, they're the ones who get attacked. They're the ones who get ostracized. You know what? The white supremacists, they were talking greasy about this sister here. This is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Now, this guy, suspected white supremacist, Elijah Schaefer, he hangs around with a lot of those alt-right types. But this guy put this tweet up, and a lot of folks were discussing this. This guy right here. He put this up. When exactly did Hollywood become flooded with ugly people? So he wants to call this beautiful sister, Haly Bailey, or Haly Bailey, however you pronounce her name. He wants to call her ugly. You think? This is a beautiful sister. Now, understand, people got on this dude's bumper. This tweet got almost 4 million views, and people are clowning the guy. But the thing is, this is a positive sister, good singer, good actress, positive image. She's not ratchet. I mean, she shows her little cakes every now and then, but she's not a ratchet girl. You think? Not a ratchet girl at all. And little girls are supposed to look up to her. Far from ugly, beautiful sister. But those are the ones they attack, and that's by design. They always attack sisters. Let me tell you something. I'm telling you, I know this from experience. Attractive sisters who got themselves together, you are the main targets for these people. They always have a problem with you. The sisters who are not ratchet, those are the ones they have a problem with. They never have a problem with ratchets. That's why if you go to a job, the most ratchet person, they'll put them in the front desk. That's why you go to a company, the ratchet hood chick is at the very front desk regulating, stomping down for the company. You go to the DMV, they put the ratchets up there at the DMV. Front and center. They have no problem with the ratchets. They love a ratchet. Because that relaxes the stereotypes that they already have in their minds. They already have those. Yeah, they love a Lizzo. They love parading a Lizzo around. With her in that wide, flat, big back ass twerking all. They love that. They're always giving her phony praise. But it's the sisters who got it together. Those are the ones that they hate on. And I'm telling you, I know I was dating a chick years ago who's actually a model. She's a model now. Beautiful sister. And she was working a square job, and she would come and tell me the horror stories. Like, they would complain about everything she wore because she was like real slim, with a little bubble booty, real pretty face. Beautiful sister. And the women there, the white women, would hate on her every day. They would come up with a reason to get her written up, try to say something she wore was inappropriate when it wasn't. You understand? Them attractive sisters who got it together, who's not ratchet, they're the main target. They target them all the time. You dig? And no, I don't drop names. I don't do that. I don't drop names of women I've dealt with. That ain't cool. No, I don't do that. That's some unplayerish shit right there. Only time I mention that is somebody mentioned me. I don't be dropping names. That's corny. That's corny when dudes do that. That's corny when dudes do that. I thought it was real corny when Irv Gotti was talking about him and Ashanti. I thought that was real tacky. That was unplayerish. I thought that was very tacky, a dude doing that. That wasn't cool. If something popped off, all right, there's something popped off. But going around trying to get clout off of it, that wasn't cool. That wasn't cool. Yeah, that's corny. Dudes don't do that. Dudes don't do that. That's unplayerish, man. I'm telling you, that's some unplayer shit. You dig? If you smash somebody, who's kind of fly or with some kind of significance or whatever, that just, I know. Yeah, that's corny to me. That's just corny. Dudes don't do that. You dig? That's something that's superhead in them people. Then women do that because, you try to brag about niggas that you done been with for clout. That's not cool. And no disrespect to Irv Gotti, because I like some of the stuff Irv Gotti does, but I thought that wasn't cool. I thought that was kind of tacky. So we're 50. Now, you know what? I think 50 was responding to a lot of stuff. I think 50 was responding to some stuff. His name would come up, and his name would come up, and if somebody took a shot at him, he takes a shot back. And, but here's the thing. Like I said, a lot of attractive sisters get hated on by those in the dominant society. And they have to put this Jedi mind trick on sisters by making it seem like something's wrong with you, even with black boys too. When we got something popping, they try to make it seem like something is wrong with us, but for the ratchets and the degenerates, they don't do that with them. They don't do that with them whatsoever. You understand? And we have to stop letting the dominant society play this Jedi mind trick on us, because they do a lot of projecting onto us. They have a lot of insecurities about themselves, and they try to promote those insecurities and dump them on us. They're very good at doing that, and we have to stop letting them do that. This is why understanding and knowing our history is very important. This is why understanding and knowing what our history is very important in valuing our history, ladies and gentlemen. Valuing the history is extremely, extremely important. Because you got people out here now, and a lot of people have been very critical of Serena Williams. Have y'all seen Serena Williams lately? She did a video a couple of days ago, or probably yesterday. I don't know when she did it. And a lot of people are like, damn, she's transforming, look like she done bleached the skin or whatever. Now, this is Serena Williams. A lot of people had an issue with this image of her. Hold on, this is Serena, hold on.
Be yourself, own who you are, and just, Black is popular, and it's culture, and it's changing culture, and it's been changing culture for decades. Be yourself, own who you are, and just...
Okay, so a lot of people are like, boy, she's getting lighter, she done bleached herself or whatever. Okay. And I don't think she looks bad. I mean, she's cool. She might be a couple of tones lighter. It might be the makeup. I don't know. I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt. I like Serena Williams, even though she has a zaddy. She has a zaddy, but some people say she's been bleaching like crazy ever since she's been with Zaddy. Yeah, she looks mad different. She looks mad different. And, you know, being around Zaddy, you know, you're dealing with some psychological stuff on a daily basis. You're sitting there with Zaddy, and she was fine the way she was. Remember, man, look, some of that bleaching, y'all didn't need to do that. You know who didn't need to do that at all was Lil' Kim. Lil' Kim was beautiful. Lil' Kim was absolutely fine the way she was. I really, man, I see old pictures of Lil' Kim. Lil' Kim was all right. There was nothing wrong with that woman's face. That was a beautiful sister. Then she did all these fillers and skin line. It was very unnecessary. You understand? That was very unnecessary. So, yeah, the thing is with Serena, again, you get these reinforcements from Zaddy and the dominant society, and we have to learn how to counter that stuff. Yeah, we got to counter that stuff. You dig? And what they do, excuse me, they promote bedwenchery heavy. That's another thing. They either promote ratchetness or bedwenchery. They promote that heavy. You know who they don't promote? Somebody who is hella damn fly. Savannah James. They don't promote her worth a damn. That's the flyest basketball wife in the game right now. Savannah James is fly as hell. That sister's so damn fly. She comes to the games, dress fly, hair fly. Just her vibe is fly. Savannah James is fly. You don't see the media propping her up like that. Yeah? Media don't prop her up worth a damn. And for a while, the media wasn't propping up Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade's relationship until they start pushing the agenda stuff. They weren't really propping them up like that, or they weren't propping her up as a basketball wife until they start promoting the little boy in a dress and all of that other stuff. You see? Oh, Savannah James ain't nobody to play with. Savannah James ain't nothing to play with. She's fly as hell. I love that sister. She dressed fly as hell. She come in fly, man. Looking like a wife on their ass. You see? Looking like she has it together. You understand? Say LeBron don't want her to take his shot. But no, the media, you know, they'll no matter what the husband wants, they'll prop up whoever. You know, they'll prop you up. And speaking of that, speaking of propping up, let me tell you something. Hold on. And this is very interesting here. Hold on. Hold on one second. Let me show something. Speaking of that. Because see, that Ratchet stuff, they want that to be on, they want that to be the sisters with all that Ratchet stuff. They want the sisters to maintain all of that ratchetness. But when Kanye parades around his lady with no clothes on, they're like, hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. The white media, they do not like that. You notice that? Kanye got this white woman that he's parading around half naked all the time. Not even half naked, sometimes all the way naked. When Kanye parades her around, they do not like that. They don't like that at all. And I just saw something, they were talking about how that woman, his wife's dad, hold on, look at this. Y'all excuse me because my voice is janky. Look at this here. They're talking about how Bianca Censori's, her dad reportedly wants a word with Kanye over revealing photos. So they got some unnamed source talking about the woman's dad has a problem with Kanye parading her around in scantily clad outfits. Bianca Censori's father is allegedly tired of Kanye's public treatment of his daughter. According to insiders, the patriarch, who's been to prison, wants to talk with the rapper about pulling his daughter away from her family and making her into someone who is not respected. What? How he in jail talking about somebody respected? Shortly after Bianca was seen not wearing underwear, underwear under sheer stockings while having dinner with Ye in Paris, her father, Leo, reportedly says he wants a conversation with the controversial artist. So now it's a problem. When Kanye got the white woman out here being ratchet, now it's an issue. Now somebody has to have a word with Kanye. See? They don't play that game when it comes to the white women getting slutted out. They don't play that when it comes to the white women. You dig? They call that out. And they've been, remember the TMZ person, I don't know if it was TMZ, it was some reporter walked up on Kanye. Is your wife, is she being held against her will? He's like, what the hell? What in the hell are you talking about? Or they don't like that when the brothers are slutting out them white women. See, that's when it becomes a problem. Oh, that's when it becomes a problem. They don't mind brothers freaking with sisters or whatever. But when you bring the white women in, that's a problem. Going back to Rick James. Rick James was super freak. They loved when Rick James was the super freak and with the Mary Jane girls and all that stuff. But when Rick James went to jail because the women that he was with, who was burning with the crack pipes and all of that, those were white women. Rick was getting high and a little over freaky with white women. And white women up there kicking it with him and it just goes overboard. Then they're getting high and doing whatever. It was them white women that got him out the game. Also, that dude down in Georgia, that Nature Boy dude, who they just threw the book at. This dude had a commune and a cult and some type of property down in South America somewhere, Central America, and he was out here smashing dudes' wives and all of this stuff. And I looked into the case. It was some white women down there. See, that's where they got him. He had some white women go down there. And the white women got in the mix down there with them niggas. And the word rape pops up, and that's all she wrote. Because I was wondering, I'm like, damn, this thing got life for a rape allegation? I'm like, damn. Then I looked into it. There was some white women. Oh, there you go. Okay. He had some white women down there. It was in Mexico somewhere, but it was some white women down there. Yeah? They gave dude life. You see? Man. So, they got to make an example when you try to slut out the white women. Oh, they're like, oh, no. Whoa. We got to back that thing up a little bit. Oh, we got to back it up. Yeah. But the thing is, man, we got to understand they're targeting our girls. When white girls, no, there's only so much slutting you can do. They'll let white women slut it up for a minute, and then they'll try to make them wholesome. Just like with Miley Cyrus. They let her slut it up for a minute and then try to make her wholesome again. They reel the white women back. They give them a little makeover. They reel them back in. You see? Well, we in here heavy. We almost got 6,000 people in here. Shout out to everybody in the building. We in here heavy. Yeah, Chuck Berry. They had Chuck Berry. Oh, that sex tape he did? Oh, Lord. He was peeing on the white woman and all. It was crazy. So, is Nature Boy's wives begging for donations? Oh, my God. Man. Oh, yeah, the white women get a pass. All they got to do is say, hey, the nigga made me do it. See, that's the thing. In the system of white supremacy, white women can go out here and frolic. And let me tell you something. This is why they like sowing their oats with brothers. That's why white women like that, man, they go out here and do all types of wild, ratchet stuff with brothers because they can wake up and say, hey, you know what? The Negro made me do it. Rape. Boom. He forced me. He drugged me. And that's your get out of hoeing free card right there. That's their get out of hoeing free card. All they got to do is say that the brother forced them and or drugged them. You think? Oh, yeah, Chuck Berry. Yeah, oh, man. Y'all go look up the Chuck Berry tape. He was peeing on a woman, farting on a woman. Oh, man, he was doing the most. Yeah? He was doing the most. But listen, look, they do a mind trick on the sisters out here. With the whole white is right and all of that stuff. See, this is why it's very important for us to understand history. We have to put out and counter that stuff with our own corrective and constructive reinforcements. Because like I said, they want to promote with black girls either ratchetness or bedwenchery. They don't want to show the Savannah James and the Dr. Welsing types. They don't want to show that. And if they do show a woman who's somewhat positive, it's going to be a Democratic shill. So she has to toe the line for everybody. And again, they love promoting bedwenchery because they know a bedwench, for the most part, ain't going to be somebody who's trying to empower the community. They understand a bedwench, or somebody with a bedwench mentality, that's somebody who's trying to get in where they fit in, especially a mixed race bedwench. And speaking of that, Sage Steele, she's trying to get back on the scene. Oh, I saw a clip of Sage Steele. Poor thing. Sage Steele, this woman has not come to terms with the fact that she's a non-white woman. She wants to hang on to some type of whiteness so badly that's not there. You know, when people start talking about their white side and all that, ma'am, you're a non-white person. Listen to her. They're asking her, why don't she just call herself black? Why is she hanging on to the biracial thing? Because, yeah, that's a Jedi mind trick that a lot of the bedwenches do. But listen to this. Hold on.
Barbara Walters specifically asked me on live TV about why is it important for me to say I'm biracial versus just black. And then pointed out the example of, well, our president, Barack Obama, says he's black.
Yeah, even the white people are like, why? You're not us. So what's all this biracial stuff? You're just a negress to us. Barbara Walters was keeping it real. You're just a negress to us. What's all this biracial talk like that's different?
And I said in 2014, just black. Is it important for me to say I'm biracial versus just black? And then pointed out the example of, well, our president, Barack Obama, says he's black. And I said in 2014 pretty much what I said in 2021. Okay, congratulations to him. And I said this, was raised by his white mother and his white grandmother, and his black father was nowhere around. He wrote a book on that. This is not breaking.
What the hell does that have to do with anything? She be bringing up, she has like bedwench Tourette's, bringing up his father wasn't around. What does that have to do with his blackness?
News. I said, but that's his choice. If I'm asked, I'm so proud of my black side and my white side. I'm proud of how I am made. The courage that my parents had in 1970 and 71, what I've gone through is nothing. It's the least I can do is to stand up for both of my parents and say, no. I'm so blessed to have been born into this family based on what they went through, the courage it took and the strength to stay together.
You ain't white, sweetie. That's a long way to say, man, I wish I was white. Ma'am, you ain't white. Whenever you hear some mulatto starts talking about, well, my white side and my black side and my white peoples, and dude, you're not white. You understand? It's not about erasing a parent. No, there's no such thing as a biracial in a system of white supremacy. You understand? Whether you like it or not, you're still a black person. That's the long and short of it. In a system of white supremacy, you're still a black person. Now, you can either come to terms with that or not. Now, you can sit here and play games. The dominant society, they're not playing games, and she knows that. You can't go around them and be accepted as a white person. That's the thing that's messing with the brains of these folks. You understand fully well you can't be accepted as white. In fact, they are cautious of you, especially if you are in stages. She's dark. She can't even pass. If you are a black person who can kind of pass, they have a problem with you. Oh, they make it a point to single you out so that you don't sneak them black genes in. Oh, they got a real problem with you. The ones who can low-key kind of doll themselves up to sneak something in. No. They let everybody know, hey, we got a negress in our mix. They let everybody know, hey, beware. Hey, warn your sons out here. White women, white families. Hey, don't your son gets a hankering for the little girl down the street. Hey, she has a little kink in her hair. You see? The old tragic mulattoes. But yeah, you're not white. So stop trying to play that game. You there? Do not try to play that game whatsoever. See, this is why the propaganda does a Jedi mind trick on people. So you got to take pride in what we have. Take pride in our culture. Especially as foundational black Americans. We have a phenomenal culture out here, ladies and gentlemen. Our culture is phenomenal. And I don't let nobody denigrate our culture, because here's the thing, the dominant white society, they try to denigrate our culture, and then other groups come in from these third world countries and then try to get their licks in. That's why, no, we check everybody. No, y'all not going to talk greasy about us, especially if y'all come from these degenerate cultures. You're not going to talk greasy about us. I just saw something in India where this couple went to India. They like to travel. They travel to different countries. And they went to India. Man, they got attacked. Hold on. Listen to this. They went to travel to India and got beat down. Listen to this. Oh, they speak Spanish. Okay. Let me translate. So they went to India. The husband got beat down by some East Indian dudes, and the woman got assaulted sexually by 7 dudes in India. 7 dudes got down on this woman, man. 7 dudes out there in India, dude. And India is known for that type of stuff. You understand? And that's common out there, man. They're known for that kind of stuff. You dig? And this type of ratchetness is going on. This type of degeneracy is going on. And the Viveks and the Dinesh D'Souza's have the nerve to come over here talking greasy about black on black crime in Chicago. If y'all don't go to hell, there's a reason why I get on tethers. Y'all not about to come over here and say anything about us when y'all got this type of degenerate ass culture that you got going on. Y'all be doing all types of weird stuff that's normalized in these cultures. You don't let these people say anything about us. That's why when I do my Twitter lives, these folks call up with these accents trying to talk crazy. I'm on their bumper. I'm on their bumper heavy. You're not going to say anything about us. We don't do that. You dig? We don't do that at all. That's not a part of our culture. You got to check folks all across the board, family. For real, for real. You dig? Because, man, listen, it's a new day. We're recognizing our foundational Black American strength. We're recognizing our foundational Black American culture, ladies and gentlemen. We're not playing this game. And we're going to make people put some respect on it. You see? And that's why we got to watch who comes around, because that's another thing. That we got to watch who comes around us, because right now we got a big reparations movement going on. And then what happens is you got people who will hop up in front of a camera and they'll talk reparations, and then it starts going somewhere weird. You understand? And well, hey, where are these people from? Hold on, somebody sent me this. Some dude talking about reparations on MSNBC. Now, who is this guy? You start talking about reparations, and you watch how they start pivoting into certain things. And I wonder where is these guys from? Hold on.
Or at least a beginning.
It's important that we understand that whenever we're hearing reparations, we're thinking bigger than just a check or just money. For example, one of the first things that happened during slavery is that
when you hear that, red flag, boy, the minute you hear that, I'm telling you, when you hear reparations being discussed, and somebody pops up here talking about, well, you know what, we want to see, reparations is bigger than a check. Oh, cut it off right there. Yeah, somebody says it's a moist tether. Where's he from? Oh, when they start talking about, it's more than a check. When you hear that, red flag.
It's important that we understand that whenever we're hearing reparations, we're thinking bigger than just a check or just money. For example, one of the first things that happened during slavery is that a bit of iron was placed into kidnapped people's mouths, which means that it steals their smile. And so the question becomes, is there a reparations that is monetary that can address the loss of something like a smile?
Nigga, what? What, nigga? Dude, who is this dude? Who is this dude? He talking about our smiles got stolen. Nigga, where your family from, brother? Where's this dude's family from? When they get these dudes up here talking about they stole our smile and a smile can't be monetized, okay, this is the white think tanks are writing this stuff. This is a shield that they done put out here somewhere. What are you talking about? Oh, man, look. My smile costs $20 trillion. Yes, there's a monetary value on it. My smile is $20 trillion. There's absolutely a financial monetary value on my smile. Okay, let me play the rest of this guy. Lord, hold on.
The question becomes, is there a reparations that is monetary that can address the loss of something like a smile? And the answer is no. And so instead, what we need to be thinking about are what I call 7 forms of reparations, or the piles and piles of debt: political reparations, intellectual reparations, legal reparations.
Okay, just money covers all that.
Economic reparations, spatial, social, and spiritual reparations. And all of those together comprise what I call radical reparations, which really plants the seeds of an infrastructure of equity, which is beneficial to not only Black Americans or African Americans.
Y'all know it. Y'all know what the next sentence is. Oh, Lord. You already know where he's going with that. It's not only beneficial to Black Americans. Oh, Lord, here.
Reparations, which really plants the seeds of an infrastructure of equity, which is beneficial to not only Black Americans or African Americans, but also to everyone who is poor, working class, middle class in this country.
Oh, Lord. It didn't take him long to All Lives Matter, the reparations. I'm telling you, the minute they start talking about, well, reparations ain't just about money, shut it down. And he looks like a tether. Well, it's some equity, and that's going to help not just Black people. Shut up. Shut it up. There they go. They're going to All Lives Matter the reparations. We ain't doing that. We're not going to All Lives Matter the reparations. We're not doing that at all, ladies and gentlemen. They always got to try the same old game. We're not playing that game whatsoever. We are not playing that game. Listen. We are going for our tangible, specifically for foundational Black Americans. We're not letting people leech off of our lineage anymore. Ain't no more leeching off the lineage, guys. People have eaten enough off us. We ain't carrying everybody no more. Family, family. Foundational Black Americans, I keep telling y'all about how people recognize our magic God energy that we specifically have. That spirit of Mojara. People understand our foundational Black American Mojara spirit that they don't have. They're always trying to latch on to it. Like I said the other day about the whole rubbing of the head and the hair of Black people. That's for good luck. Somebody sent me this. This happened yesterday at a game. This reinforces what I've been saying. Look at this. This happened at a game. Look at this. This happened at a game. The Celtics. Look at this.
In my head early on, just to make sure, I kind of see what those guys. It's a great looking game. Don't touch me. What's television? Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. In my head early on, just to make sure, I kind of see what those guys. It's a great looking game. Don't touch me. What's television? Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
So he gave him the magic Negro head rub. Family, I keep telling y'all folks, these folks are trying to get our God-like energy. Family, these people are blatant. They've been doing this. He did it right on TV. This is how bold they are. I've been telling y'all, family, that's a symbol of good luck in white supremacist society. Rubbing our heads, that is good luck to them. That is good luck to us, that energy, dude. Family, rubbing our heads, rubbing our hair. I saw another video of a Black kid with a little afro. He was somewhere and a whole bunch of white kids all feeling in his hair, trying to get that energy, trying to feel the nitrogen. Remember, our hair emits nitrogen. So there's a real energy that comes from our heads, man. Foundational Black Americans, listen, y'all don't understand how goddamn powerful you are. Other people know except you. You have a power, foundational Black Americans. It's all in your hair. Family, we made the afros popular. Those afros, when we were rocking those afros, we were at our most powerful. We made the afro popular. That long, straight up, natural hair, that gave us so much strength and power in the 70s, the late 60s, early 70s. We were getting power with that stuff. In the late 70s, they had to start neutralizing our power. They said, hey, y'all, don't y'all niggas want the Jerry curl? So they start promoting the Jerry curl, and I got one. And when we started getting the Jerry curls in the 80s, our power started to diminish again. When we got them Jerry curls in the 80s, that's when our power started to get diminished again. In the 70s, we were powerful. That hair soaking in those rays from the universe and the sun and the electricity, and it's further stimulating the pineal gland, we were powerful. You understand? That was our antenna. Just like trees, man. Trees, the leaves and the branches, it gets its power from the sun and the magnetic forces and the energy. That's what makes them powerful and strong, the sun energy. Our hair is the same way. You dig? And the afros was something that was very specific to foundational Black Americans. The West Africans and all, they weren't rocking afros like that. The closest people who were rocking afros, it was some tribes out there, I want to say in Ethiopia, back in the 1800s. It was the tribe called the Fuzzy Wuzzies. That's what the British called them. They grew their hair out. They weren't going to cut their hair until they got the British up out of there. And they understood growing their hair out in those afros, they were getting power from that. Now, going back to to ancient Kemet, to East Africa, to that part of the game, they had afros too. You look at some of those tombs and you look at some of those paintings, some of them brothers and sisters were rocking the big ass fros. You dig? But yeah, it was a group called the Fuzzy Wuzzies out of East Africa. They had their afros popping and they were getting strength from that, and they were beating the brakes off the British. Yes, the Fijians, yes, they do. Yes, that's another group. The Fijians, they rock their fros too. They rock their afros too, and some of the Samoans too. Yeah? But we made it like a globally popular thing as foundational Black Americans. That's where the strength was. Just like the whole, the Samson thing. Like the story in the Bible, Samson got his strength from his hair. You understand? We get a lot of our strength from our hair. That's why they've always wanted to attack our hair. There was a whole thing about attacking our hair. And one form of punishment was dipping our head into lye. That's why we started straightening our hair. We learned how to straighten our hair because they would punish us by dipping our hair into lye to burn our hair. And we saw that it would relax our hair, you see. But, and after slavery, you had white supremacists who were snake oil salesmen selling these products to Black people, these hair products that would mess our hair up. That's why Sister Annie Malone and Madam C.J. Walker, they came in the game by using root work and hair products, making their own concoctions by dealing with root workers. They were going to root workers, getting herbs and certain things to mix together to put up products to make our hair grow back naturally. That's why they made so much money. But they were going to root workers. You understand? They were going to the root workers. But us with the hair, us rocking the afros, that was something that was thing that was indicative to us. And again, they were rocking it in ancient Kemet. And remember what Kemet means. Kemet is land of the Blacks. And when they say black, they try to say that it meant black soil. That's horse crap. When they talk about Kemet, meaning land of the black soil. It had nothing to do with no soil. They're talking about the black-skinned people. When you look at the word Kim, Kim is black. Kim is like carbon. When you're dealing with chemistry, you're dealing with carbon. You know, carbon is black. You understand? When you look at certain words, look at these words. Kemet was land of the blacks. It had nothing to do with no damn soil. Don't let them fool you. It was about the people. Family, did you know? Let me tell you something. Let me go deep for a minute. Let me go deep. Speaking of land of the blacks, there was a village in New York called Land of the Blacks. In early New York, when it was New Amsterdam in the 1600s, did you guys know that there were black people who were some of the earliest settlers of what would become New York, of New Amsterdam? There was an area that was a black village. We already know about Seneca Village, which is Central Park today. We already know that Seneca Village was in Central Park. There was another area that was where Greenwich Village is in the Soho area that was called the Negro Frontier, also Land of the Blacks. It was a bunch of black people living there. Now, this was not Seneca Village. We know about Seneca Village. This was in like 1640. You had a bunch of black people in that area, where we now know as Greenwich Village. It was called Land of the Blacks, and that's what they called it. This was on the legal documents. A bunch of black people there. All right? Also known as the Negro Frontier. Also, some of the first early inhabitants of what would be Brooklyn were black people too. It was the black doctor, Lucas Santamy. He was a black doctor, one of the first black physicians. And he was out there in the area that would later become Brooklyn. So we were some of the first settlers into what would become New York. Yeah? Yeah, Google it. Land of the Blacks. Yeah. Yeah, north of the wall of New Amsterdam. Yeah, for damn near a century, from 1643 to 1716. It's called Land of the Blacks. So when they say Land of the Blacks, they're talking about the people. And let me tell you something. These were well-to-do black people. These were well-to-do black people. You understand? Let's be clear. And you had black people who were indentured servants. Black people who were indentured servants, they built Brooklyn and New York. They cut out the roadways and did the digging. It was initially black people in the New Amsterdam area, carving out what would become New York, man. We are foundational to this mofo. Family, we are, when I say foundational, I mean that in every sense of the word. We were there as the foundation of these places. Yeah, they had Weeksville in Brooklyn. Yeah? So it's real heavy. It's real deep. But we were always there making things happen, ladies and gentlemen. That's a part of our culture. So when we talk about what black culture is being the foundation of everything that happens over here. We built New York. Yeah, they just try to regulate us to just the South. We built New York, we built the Midwest, we built the South, all of it. There was no country before us, family. We really gotta drill that into the consciousness, family. They try to minimize what we were doing here. Family, you, foundational Black American, you are just that. You are the foundation of this country. Without you and your lineage, there would not be no country. We did all the heavy lifting. They try to just play it off as, oh, just some cotton. Wasn't just no damn cotton. It wasn't just cotton. We were doing all the heavy lifting. building the bridges, building the initial railroads, clearing the brush, clearing the landscape, chopping down the timber and the wood. You needed strong, sturdy, healthy people to do that. You understand? You needed strong people to do that. And people with the spiritual essence that was strong. They understood.
How do you harness all
Well, I'm sorry about that, guys. So yeah, they understand, man, that they understand for a group of people to do that, to build something like that, to build a nation for free and to survive, to build different forms of culture, to not just build the nation, but to build the culture of the nation. Family, to create certain medical industries, because again, we were the first doctors. They were going to root workers over here. They were going to the black men and women to get healed. We were the ones healing everybody. We knew, because not only were we brought over from parts of Africa, but we were already over here. So that was a combination of us being mixed in. So we knew the earth. We knew what would heal people. We knew about plants and trees and clay. What y'all know about that clay down there in the South? When people, you get some of that red clay down south. See, when we eat red clay, it's not like in certain parts of like the Caribbean where they eat it because they ain't got nothing else to eat. And no disrespect to them. No disrespect. People got to survive how they survive. But our foundational black American sisters and our mothers and grandmothers, especially down there in the South, Mississippi, Alabama, you know, that clay, we understood that clay was medicinal. Yeah, that clay was like a vaccine. You know, that clay, we knew, especially pregnant women, foundational black American pregnant women would eat that clay because it took out all of the impurities. Clay draws the impurities out of your body. And that red clay ain't no joke. It has all types of minerals in it. That Georgia red clay, all types of minerals in it. Yeah, we're going to have, pretty soon, we're going to have a red clay version of the root work deodorant. We're working on that, by the way. Yeah, that red clay wasn't no damn joke. You dig? It was all down in Alabama when I was growing up. Yeah? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that red clay has every nutrient. It has all types of nutrients in it. Yeah? Your aunt used it in North Carolina. Yeah, for when your mom and them, when they got pregnant, that's where the sisters were. They would eat that red clay. They'd be good to go. It detoxifies them. Yeah? It detoxifies the body. But I want us to understand, man, look, when we talk about the culture here, we are the culture. I don't like when people start saying, man, America is so racist. Man, we got to get up out of here and go somewhere. Dude, the whole planet is dominated by white supremacy. Family, this is our joint right here. Even the name America, we go look at the movie American Maroon. We talk about the name America. There was a black tribe down in Central America, the Amerindian tribe, the Amerindian. And there were the Amerindian Mountains. And there was the Mosquito people. And they're still down there, I think in Nicaragua. They're still down. There's some black tribal people still down in Nicaragua right now, the Mosquito people. They're still down there. That's where people say the name America really came from. It wasn't Amerigo Vespucci. See, people got to really look into the Amerigo Vespucci story. There's a lot of holes in the Amerigo Vespucci story. There's a lot of holes in that story. Because some scholars say that his name was not Amerigo, his name was Alberto, or Albert, and the Italian version was Alberigo. So it wasn't even Amerigo. Also, Amerigo Vespucci, he wasn't a royal figure. He was just a run-of-the-mill explorer. So he didn't come from royalty. And the thing is, you could name a place by your first name if you were royalty. You understand? If you were just a regular explorer, whatever territory you went to, you would have to give it your last name. Excuse me. Like Columbus. Columbus was his last name. There's a lot of stuff named Columbus. Nothing is named Christopher. You feel what I'm saying? Charlotte, North Carolina is named after Queen Charlotte. Her first name. She was royalty. Jamestown is named after King James. That's his first name. Amerigo was not royalty. So there wouldn't be a country or a continent named after this dude's first name. You know what I'm saying? So there's a hole in the story right there. Amerigo wasn't royalty. He wasn't royalty. Yeah, and if he discovered something or whatever, it would have been Vespucci land, or they would have called it Vespucci. Yeah? Yeah, a lot of places named Washington. Yeah? So there's a lot of holes in these stories that we got to look into. But again, authors like Jan Carew, who's a brilliant author from the Caribbean, he talks about these black tribes and the black tribe out the Amariske Mountains. So the different version, Tamarica, Amariske, that was around for a long time. Right, and that's another thing. Royals don't have last names. So yeah, Vespucci, how he gonna come and name some shit? He's not a royal. He has a first and last name. Royals don't have last names. They don't have last names now. Mecklenburg, that's a place in Germany. That's not a real name. Like Princess Diana, they ain't got no last name. Prince Harry, they don't have last names. Mecklenburg, that's not their last name. Yeah? Oh yeah, and they knew about Queen Charlotte being with that Moorish black blood in her. They knew that. They knew that about that sister. Yeah. That's why they got Meghan Markle. They own her bumper. They don't want another Queen Charlotte situation. They don't want that. That's why they stay on her bumper. But it's a real deep history, man. Our history is very, very deep. We got a very deep history. A very deep history. And family, listen, don't forget, man, go get your Rootwork deodorant. Get your Rootwork deodorant at rootworkstyle.com, ladies and gentlemen. Get your Rootwork deodorant and get your book, Hidden Heroes, from A to Z at hiddenhistorymuseum.com. And give your donations to the Hidden History Museum, too. Definitely give your donations. And by the way, the next event I think we're going to have at the Hidden History Museum is the Plantation Celebration Awards. Speaking of bedwenches, I think we're going to have the Coon Train Awards again. Because a lot of people have been asking about the Coon Train Awards. So I think we're going to have the Plantation Celebration Awards again at the museum probably next month. So I keep people posted on that. But anyway, go to Hidden History Museum and give your donation to the Hidden History Museum. A weekly donation, monthly donation. Do what you can do. And let me get up out of here because I'm about to get hoarse again. My throat is going out. But we chopped up some good game tonight, family. Anyway, man, it's been real. Go get your Rootwork deodorant. You can get it at rootworkstyle.com. You can get it at amazon.com.